Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah. In the last video we talked about how we are going to have the strength of an ummah that can overcome fear, transcend fear, have hope, and develop the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the love of this deen, and the love of creating a peaceful, happy and wonderful world for all humanity and all creatures on this earth. So we have the emphasis on how we're going to bring this good news of Islam first to the Muslims, because we Muslims have to transcend fear. So how are we going to go about with it? I'm going to give you some idea of how we can become the transforming generation. That means our young people, nurturing hope to our own transforming new generation. So the youth of today, in their teens, in their early 20s, or even in their early 30s, they are the one that must have hope in transforming this ummah. And we can see that this ummah started from a very low base. And within 50 years, for example, if we look at this graph, we can see that at the time when the Prophet Muhammad started to bring this deen, the revelation, it took 23 years, and it was only a small number of people. Only when the Muslims moved over to Medina that we begin to grow. And then after the conquest of Mecca, this deen during 50 years reached to all the known world. So in 50 years to 100 years, we are at the top of the civilization. We are at the top of civilization. And this continue on and on. But then the colonial period came and we went down. So the ummah as a whole was an ummah over more than 800 years. 800 years. We are the civilization. If you talk about civilization, Europe is in the dark ages until the late 16th century. They were living like barbarians. It is the Muslims that bring science, technology, adab, sociology, psychology, human values, ethics. We are the civilization that brought forth the renaissance of the 18th, 19th, 20th century and beyond. So, but in the late 17th, 18th century, we have where the Muslims are being colonized. So we were a colony of the British, colony of the Dutch, colony of the French, the Portuguese, and so on. So we regress. So what we need to do is now to come up with a new transforming generation. Transforming generation. So this transforming generation must have certain qualities, because we have two choices now. Either we as a Muslim continue to regress and have no hope, or we are going to progress to a new, greater civilization for all humanity, not only for Muslims. So how are we going to transform this? So the graph of this ummah in terms of civilizational is like this. So we are now at this point, right? At this point. So we have categories of people within the ummah itself that have no hope, and these people usually play the idea that, okay, the world is ending anyway, so we do not need to do anything. Just go and bring your family, retreat to a rural area or a cave, and that's it, and wait until the day of Qiyamah. I think that is a wrong idea to bring forth, because first and foremost, Qiyamah is not in our hands. Allah tells us in the Quran, where they asked the Prophet Muhammad SAW, when will be the last day? And Rasulullah says, it is only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, or they say, there are many signs of the Yawm al-Akhir already, and so we just give up, we don't do anything, we just do our little ibadah, and that's it, and hope for the implosion of the Qiyamah. I think that manifested a situation of the psyche of the Ummah that has no hope. And as an Ummah that has no hope cannot transform. So first and foremost, from fear of Qiyamah, fear of the end of the world, we must then begin to think that there is hope. Because we do not know. I have debated this point with a few friends, and one of them really believed that the world is going to end. So I asked him, how do you know the world is going to end? And we say all the signs are there except for a few signs. So okay, if you say that you know that the world is going to end, how many years is going to end? 50 years? Maybe. 100 years? Maybe. 500 years? Maybe. 1,000 years? Maybe. So you mean if we are going to have no hope for the next 500 years? So this is where I think we have to change the psyche of every single Muslim who play on this idea that Qiyamah is near, Qiyamah is near, Qiyamah, so you don't do anything. That is passivity, that is hopelessness, that can lead to kufr. So always we must believe that Allah gives us hope. So long as we are living on this earth, so long as we are breathing, where Rasulullah tells us, even you have a seedling and Qiyamah comes, the last day comes, you plant that seedling, but you don't run away and retreat to one little corner and then hope that the world is going to end and then you're going to go Jannah without being tested. So I think this is the psyche of the Muslims that we have to begin to correct. Help those brothers and sisters who have this idea. Yes, you can increase your ibadah. Yes, you can think that Qiyamah is near, but it is Allah who will determine Qiyamah. We do not know, and I do not know, and none of the great ulama of today know, and none of the great ulama of the past also know. It is only in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we take this idea that maybe inshallah Allah will allow this world to continue for the next 500 years, then we Muslims must be contributing to a new civilization that based on the strength of our youth, with Iman, with Amal, we can develop a peaceful civilization, a wonderful civilization, a civilization based on Deenullah, a civilization based on the spiritual, emotional, mental and physical wellness, optimization of ourselves as a true human being, living in peace, achieving peace, happiness and success for all of us. So what we need to do is then bring in this positive idea. So remember, whatever that we have gone through as a civilization, this graph can be changed by a transforming generation. So young people, as you see my video, think, how can you contribute? Every day reflect on the basic idea of being a Caliph of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we did research and we find that as a human being, as a Muslim, you only need to do 3 things. Every day, strive to make yourself good. Do one little thing that make yourself good. Every day, strive to help somebody to be good. Whether it's you're giving some sort of help to a poor child, or you're giving tuition, or you are giving some money to the poor beggars, or you are working on a project to provide clean water, or you are doing permaculture farming, or whatever. That is your passion. You do something good, help others to be good, and make this world good. So because we are responsible as a Caliph of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're responsible for all the animals, all the organisms, all the living things, in fact all the minerals, everything. So from the clouds to the depth of this earth, we are appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the vicegerent, to be the overseer. Now we are overseeing not only a destruction of our ummah, but we're also seeing the same destruction of this civilization. So if I'm going to draw another graph, if we look at our civilization now, the modern civilization, okay, we came in from, say for example, we take from the dark ages, we came up, all right, we became, and now we are here, okay. But all the signs of science, technology, climate change, ecology, everything points that we are going to go this way. So this civilization is also going down. Psychologically, socially, morally, ethically, we are self-destroying our own civilization because of greed. Because of greed. So we are going to destroy ourselves also. So it is a double whammy for all humanity and also for Muslims, because we are part of humanity. So if this civilization is going downward towards chaos, towards self-destruction, it may go through another 500 years of the dark ages. Do you want to live in that situation? I believe we Muslims, we can do something about it. Regardless of what our situation is, we are here and the civilization is here. But as it goes down, more and more people want to have a holistic lifestyle. More and more people will realize that the need to have peace, happiness, success, a meaning and purpose in life beyond this physical realm. To know that we are a spiritual being living in a physical realm for a temporary period and returning back to the real realm of our existence beyond space, beyond time. So that is the message of Islam. The message of honoring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of everything that have existed, that will exist, and that will not be known and that will be known, is all in His hand. So what is important is for us now, try to apply positive Islamic psychology among the young people, become achievers. We become positive Islamic psychology achievers. For example, we train our children to become child achievers, children and family who are achievers, youth who are achievers. Then we also can change our society, community achievers. We can also change our companies, corporate achievers. We also can change the world. And surely, slowly but surely, inshallah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can be the transforming generation, not only to transform the ummah, but we will also transform the world. Okay, we are going to transform the... So I hope you think about this idea of the transforming generation, and all this will only come about with hope. That means we cannot move from here to here if we have no hope. As I say, we only think of just thinking of the last days, and we have no hope. But if we are going to go this way, going to go this way, we're going to go this way, it is all this based on hope. Okay, all this built in within ourselves, that we have hope in the grace, the mercy, the love, the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for every moment of our life. He is the decider. Not a leaf does fall except with His knowledge. Not anything can happen in this world unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will it to happen. But we are the actors, we are the players, either to make this world a better place for all, for Muslims, non-Muslims, all creatures on earth, and change from this civilization over the last 50, 100 years of civilization based on greed, based on excessive consumption, based on show-off, based on just material, so-called material things, to a civilization that is holistic, that is based on Iman, that is based on peace, happiness and success in the best way. See you in the next video.